tags. You need to be able to ideally pick signs and words that you like. Let's skip ahead again.
That's
too far.
I'm out and put him on the spot. He's dead. Trust me.
Alright, so here we skip into one of the modes that we prototyped really quick. It's MC battling. If you don't know what MC battling is like, one person goes, and the other person goes. It's like you're on offense, you're on defense. So it's kind of like fighting, and that's kind of what we came up with. Unfortunately, the person that did the video didn't really kind of like film it in a way that makes it clear. So if you want afterwards, I can describe how it works. But just look at the top, there's health bars, and I'll step back to
man, you ain't supposed to be kicking it like David Carradine. Weapons from hills on me like two magnets with same polarity. I'm an urban legend, a word spit veteran with a competitive double edge that I'll stab until you're after it. What can I say? I'm nice with the words I recite. I'm out of sight like satellites in broad daylight. One of a kind, harder to find, studying your mind when you were in the dimes. I was home studying your rhyme.
Alright, so that's the player character. Now here's the bad guy. Just taking his time to think.
I'm a natural at putting the herd on. Starting our competition from Long Island and Compton. I slaughter these martyrs, I master the art of spitting shit so dirty I had to gargle with holy water. I served every day from weed to game, made 3 G's a day, the paper trail leads the way. What you know about gunplay? I'm harder than Scarface, bucking shots down the crowded one way. I've been shot like Pop, Big, and Fitty. I gave the grip of my 280, still ain't hit me.
So one more thing to see here. This little player uses that piece of knowledge he gained from the nurse against him.
Testy, check one. I think there's a couple of details that you left out of it, son. You scared of guns, I heard you ran through the alley to hide. That's real talk, hopped over a fence and left your man hung behind. It's obvious, you don't know who the fuck I am. You're about as good at rapping as slick Rick taking an eye exam. I don't get feeling for the spotlight, but your rhyme style's like Jenna Jameson, genitalia, not tight.
And that's where I'm going to end it.
That's a little hard to follow. Hey, I'm Brad Muir. You guys are the best. Thanks for coming. So these are some of the games that I worked on. If you know Alter Echo, I will buy you a drink. Also, that last one had a problem. Cool. Totally took care of that. But yeah, I work at Double Fine. So we're going to talk about the Iron Brigade prototype. Maybe you play that game. I'll talk about it. So at Double Fine, we have this process called Amnesia Fortnite. So this is our internal game jam that we do. This is Tim's idea. So yeah, this is old. I just pressed spacebar. I didn't like that. So this is like an internal thing that we do where we take 2 weeks and break the company up into small teams and like do just make new crazy games. Everybody pitches their ideas to Tim, and then he picks which ones he wants to do, and then we like go do them, and it's pretty awesome. It's also really focused on full experiences, which is I think this is something important to point out. A lot of prototypes like focus on just the gameplay or just the art or just the something else, but I think it's kind of interesting if you have the time and resources to put into it to actually like focus on kind of like that mini vertical slice so you can see what the whole game would be like. I don't know, it's kind of hard to do, but if you can do it, it's pretty cool. So Iron Brigade, starting to work on that game. So we were in the middle of Brutal Legend. This was 2007, and I really like core mechanic mashup stuff where you take, deconstruct games you like and take what you like and leave what you don't like and then put them together in a bunch of weird ways. So Brutal Legend has like brawling and driving and RTS and open world and like tons of stuff. I really kind of want to do a similar thing in the realm of strategy and action. So I've been playing a lot of mech shooters, and it felt like there was kind of a lack of those games. So like Mech Assault is super awesome. That was my main inspiration there. And then tower defense games are super awesome, and I like that they're a lot more streamlined than RTS. I think that those mechanics are a lot easier to grok, and it's like, yeah, like why don't we put those two things together? Also working on Brutal Legend, there was, oh, this is all fucked up. I'm sorry. Something went horribly, horribly wrong, Dan. Anyway, this one, it should say PvP difficulties there. So working on Brutal Legend was kind of difficult because even people on the team, like when they would play the game against each other, like the game is basically in a continual state of brokenness up until the day that we ship it, and it's totally out of balance. And like people would play against each other because they had to, because it was a PvP game, and then they would like somebody would rage quit, like get really pissed, and it made it like super hard to work on it because I'm like trying to get feedback from them about the balance in the game, and like somebody's just like pissed, I guess. So I really wanted to focus on. Oh man, this slide is wrecked. So really, just ignore everything on this and focus on this. I wanted to make a co-op game, you know, really focus on PvE content and just like everybody, you know, broing out and working together. Just because that's awesome. So I really want to focus that. And then this is me and my brother. My brother's actually right in the front row, which is awesome. So yeah, brother blood. Woo! So he, yeah, so I live in San Francisco and he lives in Seattle, and it's like we are big game nerds, and I was like, man, there aren't enough games for us to play together, so why don't we make one? What's happening now, Dan? Hey, co-op, there it is, yeah! And then also, I didn't really know it at the time, but I really wanted to make a game about love. It sort of ties into that. You know, just more games about PvE, less games about PvP, just because, yeah, PvP games kind of make people hate each other, so maybe we shouldn't do that. So when it came time for the Amnesia Fortnite prototype, I chose Steampunk Britain as the backdrop, just because I think it's really cool. And so the players are, what did you do to my fucking slides? So the players are, Dan integrated these slides for me. I'm really glad I prepared them. So the players pilot these mobile factories around the battlefield, and they have top hats, and they're defending this big factory against. See that mobile factory? See, that would be great if that came right next to the image that goes with it. And then they're fighting. They're fighting these zombie robots that have risen from the dead, like after the Great Robot War of 1890, whatever. I don't know. It's really dumb. But one of the things that didn't make it into Iron Brigade is that the zombie robots only come out at night. Everyone knows this. Zombie robots only come out at night, and then when the sun comes up, it actually kills them. Because, you know, they can't. It makes sense. Just think about it. So the conceit was that a piece of the moon had broken off and smashed into the Earth and started spinning it really fast. So this gives us like a really sped up day-night cycle, and yeah, we have this climate system in the game, and you know the sun keeps whatever. It's awesome. How about we just show you? We'll just show you the game, and I have to run back there to show it. It's back there.
Just so you know, I'll be destroying this laptop shortly after this presentation.
Yeah. And then if I can can I get somebody to help me? Can you hold this? Hey, what's your name? Say it into the mic.
My name's Ryan.
Okay, Ryan, thanks for holding this.
You're awesome, Ryan.
So hey, this is our really classy startup screen. It does, you know, I really wanted to focus on the multiplayer aspect, so you can play this with more people, but like I'm not bringing multiple dev kits up to PAX, like fuck you. So I'm gonna play it by myself. So there's only one map, we'll just play on this. So this is our awesome like World War I.
Fancy a bit of steam?
That's pretty loud. So yeah, so I'm in this big robot, and you can run around the map. And you got to defend this big, huge steam factory, and like it's just got a big clock, and I think it actually makes steam. That's what it makes. But like that's really important, so they need that. So you run this thing around, and you can make this this radio menu pop up. This is like using the Brutal Legend technology. You can put down stuff. You have scrap that you can spend. And you know, your Mac will do a little pumping, producing, and then it'll poop out this little steam cube thing, and then boom, you got your thing. Okay. So you can put down turrets, and that's like very tower defensy. One thing that's very different about this is that a lot of the things, I called them obstacles at the time. That's a terrible word. But I called them obstacles because it wasn't really focused on turrets. It was more focused on like disposable things that you would place around the battlefield because we wanted to be like really dynamic and stuff. So like that's the landmine that has the most annoying sound ever attached to it. So I'll try to walk away from it. But yeah, one of the big things that we realized when we were like playing this, and here comes the night. So oh no, zombie robots are coming out. One of the things we realized is that when you're spending your money on these disposable things and they're going away, it's actually really shitty for the game because like tower defense has this great feeling of like building up over time. Each enemy wave is like more powerful than the last one, and then you really feel like you're building up this great defense. But like if dudes are just running into your landmines and they're dying, and then the landmine goes away, it kind of sucks. I mean, you never really feel like you're making any progress or like building a great defense or whatever. So here come these zombie robots, and this turret is shooting at them. Yeah. And these guys go up the landmine, and you can see the scrap that falls out of them. They're like these giant, shiny gears. I don't know. That's what they're made out of. And you can pick those up, and those are the money. This is definitely a mechanic that we kept for the game. We actually tried it further down the road, where you would just automatically get the money, like very tower defense game style. You kill the enemies and you just get the actual, you get the currency for it. But it just was like not as fun. Like it really downplayed the fact that you're on the battlefield and you have to run around and like actually do stuff. Because that's one of the complaints I hear about Iron Brigade is that people hated running around and picking up scrap. But trust me, it's for your own good. You should do it. So let me show off some of the other like weirder stuff in the game. We had this like, I wanted like pathing to be better, so but it's not, and pathing is really hard. I wanted to have these like walls that you could deploy, and I don't know, this idea was terrible. I didn't actually think that was going to happen, but that was kind of awesome. Also, we could play we were using Havoc, and I was like, yeah, we should get more out of this Havoc license. So a lot of things in the game where we just kind of experimented with a lot of like weird stuff. One of my favorite ones is this like big spherical landmine, which is like kind of like those big giant sea landmines that they use. And so here it's like you catch this thing and then like, oh shit, it's rolling, but you can turn around and it's like invulnerable to your bullets, and you're just sure I'll just roll it down that hill, I guess. And like I don't know, like it's just, that's why we do these things, because like they're oh hey, I wish I had like set that up. Yeah, awesome. It's like, so that was cool. You can also upgrade your weapons. So customizability was something I always wanted in the game, but it was really hard to like get it into a strength demo. So we messed around with the idea of like just upgrade stations to interact with keys and like get a new weapon. Like I'll get this big huge blunderbuss and
general hardware fault.
Go shoot this guy. Also, we recorded some video for the game. It's really great. It's really great editing because I just stands there and it shoots and I don't know. It's great. We recorded VO for the game. Oh, that was great. Okay. We recorded some VO for the game, and my girlfriend is here in the back of the audience. I think she's over there, and she's the voice of the.
Engaged the industrial complex.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just like complaints when it's being attacked. I don't know. Does that say anything about a relationship? I never thought about that. That's weird. I need to stop talking. I love you a lot. I'm glad you made it. She just got off the plane. Let's see, what else can I show you about this game? I think that one of the enemies got stuck, and that's why we're still at the time. But, hey, these things are kind of busted, that's how they work. Let's see, what else do we have? We had this, like, slowing generator thing here. There's like a little field around. That never gets old, does it? I really love that. I really love that. Jeff on the team did that animation and he just like loved it. I don't know. So one of the things here that you can see is, I don't know why. Like, I mean, the game about love thing was clearly not on my mind when I made this because there's friendly fire on everything. I mean, even like your own like slowing field here, like just slows you down like crazy. It's just the worst. Like, I don't know. When you do things like this, you realize how bad your ideas are. But also, then we test the game multiplayer and just people are shooting each other and like throwing. Oh yeah, you have grenades. Like you're just throwing grenades at each other, and just killing each other for no reason. It's just terrible. So I guess maybe that's where it came from. Just like watching people just be assholes to each other. Like during this demo, it's like a full PvE game. Like there's no reason why people should hate each other, but they do. So we have to protect you from yourself. Oh, I'll show you that in a minute. I think I have to cheat here to get some more stuff. Hang on. Okay. You never saw that. So let's see if there are more things that I can put. Oh, so this is another great example of that. Like the obstacle concept is that we're like, hey, like maybe we should have like an exploding barrel. Except it's like this big boiler that sits here, and the enemies don't attack it, but you can shoot it and it blows up, and it's really huge. It's awesome. Also, I'll buy this like big minigun thing. And so here comes this guy. One of my favorite things is this phonograph. So this phonograph, when it pops out, it starts playing like really awesome cool music, and it attracts all guys to it. Because they really hate music. Zombie robots really hate music. Let's see if I have it. I'll show you. Oh, here it is. We've got some grenades. I don't know. It's just, you know, we're really just shooting for like a lot of variety in the game, so that people can play the game when they want to play it. And I think that really comes through in the shipping game with like all the items and the customization stuff. That's an awesome sound bug that I just ran. Infinitely firing Gatling guns. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see, I think that's about it. Oh, we did have this like this kind of like Tesla sniper rifle that shoots a big lightning bolt and it has like electric eels in it. It's like why wouldn't it? I don't know.
You're running out of time, so if you want to wrap it up.
You're running out of time. Just in life. Okay, I guess. So yeah, you can actually see the little electric eels loaded into it. And that was it. That's it. I'm done.
Okay, so we got a couple more minutes if you guys have any Q&A you want to ask.
Over on the left there.
Got about 5 minutes.